Hey y'all, I am live on YouTube and TikTok. So I'm streaming from an app. So I'm streaming at the same time from one phone. So if I don't see your comments, it's not that I'm ignoring your comments, it's that I can't see TikTok comments. I can see the YouTube comments, but I can't see TikTok comments. It's been a while since I told a story, I think. And I got a lot of new followers on YouTube. So I want to say hi. How y'all doing? Um, Yeah, I'm Miss Flowers. I am a certified wellness and self love coach, but I'm also a storyteller. So, a lot of times when I'm trying to get a message across, I do tell stories, but sometimes I just tell a story. So, today I'm actually recording today, but I decided to go live because why not? So, maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I went to go pick up my friend from work. I dropped her off home. And as I am on my way back home, I'm in the lane to go to the left. There's no cars at first in the right. So it's a car behind me, and then a car pulls up on the right side. He doesn't pull all the way up to the stop line. He's kind of in between the back of my car and the front of the other car. So automatically I'm like, what he about to do? What is going on? That was my first thought. Like, what is he about to do? What is going on? So as I'm looking at the red light and watching him, he gets out the car. He, and then when he got out the car, he kind of bent down like he was getting something out the side of his door. So I was like, I couldn't go to the left, but I could still go to the right, even though the light was red. So I couldn't really see what he was doing. But all I was thinking was, hi, Astro. All I was thinking was, what is he about to do to this car behind me? Because he's closer to the cars behind me. So I'm like, what is he about to do? So then he's like, he gets out the car and he's kind of standing, but I can't see if he has something in his hand because he's still kind of standing behind his door. So in my head, I'm thinking to myself, hi, KD. I'm thinking to myself, he's about to do something to the car behind me. I don't know what he's about to do to the car behind me, but I'm not trying to be a witness. So I pulled off and went to the right. He gets back in the car. He pulls off behind me. Now I'm flying down the street. He's flying down the street. I'm taking turns. He's taking the same turns as me. I take another turn. He takes the same turn as me. So now in my head, I'm thinking, should I go to the police station or should I go to my cousin's house? Because my cousin's house was closer. So I'm thinking, let me know where y'all checking in from. So I'm thinking, go to my cousin's house or go to the police station. And in my head, I'm having this whole back and forth. In my head, I'm like, you go to the police station, they ain't gonna do nothing. Hello, OGF. Why y'all got so many letters in y'all names? So I'm like, go to the police station or do I go to cuz house? You know how in the cartoons when they used to have the devil and the angel on your shoulders? So one thing is like, go to cuz house. Let cuz handle it. Other side is like, go to the police station, do the right thing, go to the police station. The other side is like, police ain't gonna do nothing. Go to cuz house, let him handle it. And I'm like, now at this point, I'm getting closer to my cousin's house. Because no matter which way I went, I was going to have to pass the main street that would take me to my cousin's house. Okay, Jersey. I got family in Jersey. They're from Trenton. So I'm like, why you want to go to the police station? I was going back and forth through it. I was going through it. So then finally I was like, I'm not going to the police station. I'm gonna go to Cub's house. So I took another right and I'm like, I'm moving and I got an older car. So it's like I'm trying to go fast. Dude is in an Acura. It looked like a newer Acura. And I'm like, by the time I get to the police station, he already gonna catch me. So I was like, forget it. I'm going to go to cousin's house. As soon as I went to take that turn to go to my cousin's house, he stopped following me. And I was like, if I would have did the right thing, he probably would have stopped following me. If I would have did the wrong thing, he probably would have stopped following me. But it's now getting to the point where you should feel safe driving in your car. You should feel safe being outside. And that brings me to I'm going back and forth with this lady on TikTok. And I usually don't go back and forth with people, but she's basically I put out a post, I put out a video saying that sooner than later I'm gonna be leaving America. And she was saying how other places ain't safe and she's been there and blah 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 blah. I get it, but it ain't safe here either. There's constantly people missing. Every other day when I go on Facebook, somebody's child's missing, somebody's mother is missing, somebody is missing. So you can't tell me you leave the states and it's worse. In some places it might be, but you cannot sit here and tell me that America is safe. The first time I went south, they was like, if you see a Confederate flag, don't go there. If you see this, don't go there. Certain towns, they were sundown towns. Don't go there. Don't go there after dark. So for people to have this illusion that America is so safe, it's safe for some people. It's not safe for everybody. And even the people that think it's safe for them, it's not even really safe for them. Because how many times people have home invasions? You in your house, minding your business. Somebody comes in and they want to take your stuff. It's like there has to be, I won't even say common sense, but common sense will tell you that it's not that safe here. There's kids going into schools, taking out a whole school. But people will say, oh, well, you can't go to Mexico because Mexico, come visit Jersey again before you leave. I am because my cousins will be mad if I left and I ain't come visit. And they'll be like, oh, don't go to Mexico because the cartel. And I'm like, you don't think that same stuff is going on here? Just because they don't tell you about it don't mean that it's not going on. It's definitely going on. So to act like it's so safe here when you hear about murders and people being kidnapped and trafficked, it like, are you serious? What part of Jersey are you from? And I'm just like in my head, like, you cannot be serious right now. Like, and she's like, well, I've been there and I've been to different places and different, yeah, and you go to certain country, you do certain things. The justice system don't play with you. They do not play with certain things. So is it safe everywhere? No. Am I going to be afraid to go somewhere because America says that it's not safe? Because every year Jamaica's on a travel ban. Every year Mexico's on a travel ban. Every year it seems like countries where people are brown, it's on a travel ban. I don't think I've ever heard of Paris being on a travel ban. I don't think. Eh, I don't think so. So every year, anybody, any country that's brown, any island that's brown is usually on the travel ban. And then they talk about, oh, you remember when those missionaries, they were in Mexico and how the people killed them because they went somewhere that the people in Mexico that lived there told them not to go, and they wanted to go. How far is that from Jersey? I mean, from Trenton. And they went, and everybody was like, don't go there. And they still went. And it's like, oh, well, they were missionaries. They were doing the work of the Lord. Mm-mm, mm-mm. When I go places and the people that live there, the people that stay there say don't go somewhere, I ain't going there. I don't care what anybody says. I don't know, in the summer. I'm not going. I'm not going. I don't care. When you go to places and they tell you don't leave the resort, you don't leave the resort. But even within that, like, I know people that leave the resort. They come back and they're fine, but you know what they say, God watches babies and fools. But it's kind of like you live in fear because of something that they put on the news, that they constantly put on the news. It's a travel ban here. It's always a travel ban all the time. I think when I went to Jamaica in 2021, there was a travel ban. Still went to Jamaica. And I'm not saying that there's not violence in Jamaica because I know there is, but I wasn't nowhere that I wasn't supposed to be. Like people go out and venture out, and then now they're talking about they're missing. Like you're behind somewhere you wasn't supposed to be. But to act like those same dangers are not here, like you got to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. You got to be, especially when people that look like me go missing. You don't hear nothing about that on the news. I can't even say you really hear about Amber Alerts that much. They, oh, okay, 30 minutes is not bad. They don't talk about that stuff. And they sit up here and they're talking like, oh, America's the safest place. I mean, America was built on uh theft, murder, and greed. So you could never tell me that this place is safer than somewhere else because they're only showing you what they want to show you. They're just like, not to go. I know not to go to certain hoods. You know not to go there. You don't belong there. Your people ain't there. You don't go there. That's everywhere. But the way America is going right now, how people are acting, how everybody's so emotional and spazzing out and crashing out, like America is not the place for me anymore. It's not. Not anymore. I'm over it. I've been over it. I've been over America since 2020. More and more our rights are getting stripped away. More and more you can't do this, you can't go, you can't say this. You like I gotta watch certain things that I say online because I'll get flagged. I gotta watch certain things that I people DM me. Somebody DM me stuff about the Rona. I'm not gonna say the whole name, but they DM'd me about it. And I was telling them certain things from an herbalist perspective. And the next day, that whole chat was erased. I didn't erase it. She didn't erase it. The whole chat was erased. And this country is supposed to be built on freedom of speech, but you can't even say certain things, tell people certain things to make them feel better because it's not the norm, it's not the regular. So, so it's not safe. It's not safe here. It might not be safe other places, but if you stay behind where you belong, it'll probably be safe. Make sure y'all share this live, subscribe. Talk to y'all later.